bringing you information this noon about the Elks Charity Lodge shooting in Muskegon.
The mass shooting happened a little more than 2 weeks ago. That night, 7 people were shot.
3 people were killed: Dupree Barnes, Jacoby Brown, and Jalissa Love.
Well, 24 Hour News 8's Mark Thompson was in court this morning for a preliminary hearing about this case. So, Mark, what did you find out?
Here in Muskegon County District Court, for the first time, police say that Antonio Raglin actually fired his gun the night that 3 people were killed at the Muskegon Elks Lodge, and the judge determined that there is enough evidence to bind him over to circuit court. Antonio Raglin faces 2 weapons charges in connection to the Elks Lodge shooting back on September 22nd, where 3 people were killed. He is also charged with giving police a false name. He is not charged with murder. 2 detectives with the Muskegon Police Department took the stand this morning, the most telling testimony coming from Detective Keith Stratton. Detective Stratton says he interviewed Raglin at least 3 times the night of the shooting, twice in the hospital and again at the police department. He says Raglin gave him a false name at Hackley Hospital, where he was being treated for gunshot wounds to both legs he suffered in the shooting. He says Raglin more than once gave him the name of Antonio Hicks and said he did not have a gun and did not fire a weapon at the Elks Lodge. The detective was able to figure out his real name by talking to others who were being treated at the hospital that night and placed him under arrest for obstruction of justice. Later at the police station, Detective Stratton says Raglin finally stated his real name and confessed to having a gun and firing it at the Elks Lodge that night.
Did he say what he did with his gun?
He said that he shot his gun.
At 149 Ottawa Street or that area?
He said that he shot the gun towards the direction of the Elks building, which is in fact 149 Ottawa.
Did he say what he did with his gun after he shot his gun?
He told me he dropped it, he left it there.
Raglin's attorney questioned if his client was on medication at the time and why none of the interviews were recorded. He also appeared to take a self-defense position for his client.
Mr. Raglin then indicates that he does not know who shot him.
Correct.
Correct? That shots were fired.
Correct.
That he felt he was in danger.
That's correct.
That at some point in the parking lot he was behind a car.
Correct.
Raglin's attorney also questioned detectives as to whether any gun was found at the scene. The detectives say no. They say they're also waiting for lab results to come back from the bullets that were removed from the victims in that shooting. Now, we do have a crew following this story, and we'll have the very latest for you tonight on 24 Hour News 8 starting at 5 o'clock, and also woodtv.com. Reporting live in Muskegon, Mark Thompson, 24 Hour News 8.